What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below right now, as it's completely free to do so. This way you won't miss out on our new YouTube videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember those times so you don't miss out on new videos. And also, thanks for hitting the like button for us down below. We got a lot to talk about, including some new checks that might be coming to millions of people here in this video. Some kind of unexpected type of checks that we'll be going over here in this video, as well as how inflation could be lasting longer than what some people might think, including to maybe 2023. That's right. We'll start with this. Check this out.
Sheila, it's great to see you, and I don't typically think of you as an inflation hawk. So I think the fact that you are saying, look, we may not even peak until 2023, to me is quite striking. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I am very concerned. I think the Fed's being a bit optimistic about this. For one thing, home prices, which have gone up dramatically, housing prices, because of technical reasons, those numbers don't flow through into the inflation measures for some period of time. There's a significant lag. So those are not fully reflected. I don't think those will be fully reflected probably until the first quarter of 2023. But housing prices have gone up. They were up 20% last year, 10% the year before, projected to be another 8% this year. That is not yet fully reflected in the inflation numbers we're looking at. Also, energy and food. We had global supply constraints already. And with the Ukraine war, those have been severely exacerbated. Energy in particular flows through to everything: transportation costs, processing, packaging. And then, of course, the agriculture commodities themselves. The Black Sea ports are shut down. Ukraine's a significant exporter of agriculture commodities, especially in the Middle East, where we're already seeing some food insecurity, significant issues. But again, the market should correct and stimulate production elsewhere, but it takes time for the markets to react, to reallocate the acreage to increase oil and gas production in other countries. So yeah, I think we haven't even started to feel the full brunt of that, and that it's going to take some time. I think 2023 is much more likely to be when we see the peak. I think it's also important not to overestimate the effectiveness of the Fed's tools in combating inflation. A lot of it is demand driven through fiscal and monetary stimulus, but these supply constraints are very real and very difficult for the Fed through the lever of interest rates to address.
Well, you have a lot less stimulus coming into the system, a lot less dollars from the federal government and also from the quantitative easing. But what you seem to be describing, Ms. Baer, is my word, not yours necessarily, are bubbles. Bubbles in housing, bubbles in oil, food, markets, bonds, stocks. Bubbles don't usually end well.
Yeah, well, when it comes down, it can come down quickly. And monetary policy has inflated. Right, we have an everything bubble, so it's particularly acute with financial assets, stocks, and bonds. That's definitely been a factor with commodity prices, real estate prices, both commercial and residential. So yes, over time, as interest rates go up, those valuations are to correct, and that's another real danger with what the Fed is trying to do now. Remember 2004 to 2006 when the Fed was raising rates at about the same pace that they're predicting now. That finally that popped the housing bubble. By 2008, we had a real problem. Now we have an everything bubble.
Yeah, and remember that the Fed just raised interest rates for the first time now, I think in over 3 years, and they raised it by a quarter of a percentage, but they expect to potentially raise interest rates 6 more times this year, um, potentially by a quarter percentage each time, 6 more times this year. So they could raise interest rates by 1.75% just this year alone, and even more so next year. So by next year, we could have interest rates go up by as much as 2.5%. And right now, average 30-year home rates are around 4.5%. So that means that we could see 30-year home rates be near 6% potentially by next year, which is very, very significant. That would mean that over the course of a 30-year mortgage, that would cost people buying homes hundreds of thousands of dollars more, potentially, if all that comes to fruition. So that's a lot of money for an average everyday person, which is the all of us watching here. So this is why all of this inflation is really, really affecting everybody. It's not just gas. It's not just gas. It's everything. That's exactly why I showed you that clip. The everything bubble is affecting everything. It's rent prices, it's home prices, it's interest. Pretty much anything you pay interest on is about to go up unless you're locked into something. If you've refinanced your mortgage here, hopefully you listened to me in the past and you refinanced. If you have a home mortgage, you refinanced here in the last few months, you locked in those historic low rates. If you haven't yet, it's probably still a good time. Rates have come up a little bit, but we're still near historic lows. They're going to continue to go up here over the course of the next year. Um, so even so, 30-year mortgages are, around 4.5%, maybe a little bit lower. Remember in the 70s and 80s, they were, over 10%, even higher at some points. So still really, really good time. If you haven't refinanced a mortgage in a while, your mortgage could be way higher. Every 1% you save on a mortgage can save you tens of thousands of dollars over the course of years. Over the course of years. And what's interesting here is that we have multiple different states wanting to give money back to their residents here in an unexpected way, kind of relating to this here. And it's interesting because of inflation, which is exactly what we're seeing right now. Um, States are coming up with creative ways to help out their residents, especially lower and middle income residents right now. And it's really, really cool to see this. We're seeing stimulus check proposals. We're seeing some are calling them gas stimulus checks, um, whatever they're calling them, right? We're also seeing gas tax pausing in multiple different states. If you've been watching my channel here, I literally have good news on this almost on a daily basis for different states. We also have potential federal ones coming here as well. If you've been watching here on that as well. So we're going to potentially have a lot of people. Oh, hi, Lily. We're going to have potential, some people may be getting 2 checks or possibly even 3 because of programs like this. Check this out. Yeah, you can see here, you can see your state taxes on groceries, income taxes, even some states are doing sales taxes, and some states are considering getting rid of income taxes completely. That's pretty cool. Gas taxes and more could soon be slashed, but there's one we haven't talked about at all. And states are considering, several different states actually are considering actually sending you checks. This is an interesting one. Check this out. Property taxes. There's multiple states that are going to be sending checks back or money back for property taxes. First, New Jersey is often credited with having the highest property taxes in the nation. Ouch. The average property tax bill in the Garden State is now over $9,000 a year. Whew. So any break is welcomed by homeowners. In early March, Governor Phil Murphy unveiled a new program that would give an average property tax rebate of $700 to homeowners earning up to $250,000 a year. Renters who earn $100,000 or less and are facing higher monthly bills would be eligible for rebates worth up to $250 as well. So there's a double there for renters and homeowners. Governors in nearby New York and Connecticut are also known for high taxes and have called for property tax relief in 2022. via new or expanded credits and rebates. In Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker says he wants to take funds given to the state by the federal government from the third stimulus check package and pass them along to homeowners in the form of property tax rebates worth $300 apiece. Basically, a stimulus check. He says, quote, I propose immediate property tax relief funded by the state surplus. Governor Pritzker says, if we double the property tax deduction for Illinois homeowners, we can bring relief to nearly 2 million Illinois taxpayers. 2 million people. Finally, a Republican plan in Idaho calls for the total elimination of property taxes on most owner-occupied homes to offset the lost revenues. The plan, if approved, would increase the sales tax in Idaho from 6% to 7.8%. So this Idaho one is a little bit of a trade-off. So they would eliminate the property taxes, but they would actually increase the sales tax. So again, a little bit of a trade-off there. The proposal, which is yet to be finalized, would eliminate all property taxes for owner-occupied residencies and would help first-time homeowners especially help them buy a home. It would also remove city and county levies and other taxing districts such as highways, cement, mosquito abate districts, and all sorts of other, and replace those collections with an increase in sales tax from 6% to 7.85%. So that one's a little bit of a trade-off. In Illinois, the plan offers $475 million in property tax rebates. That's $500 million. It is estimated that this relief will be a rebate or a check up to $300 for residential owners who qualify for the Illinois property tax credit. This is one of a series of reliefs to assist taxpayers with rising inflation. Another initiative delays a hike in the gas tax, so that could happen as well for the state of Illinois, which would basically put a little bit more money in your pocket every time you go fill up gas. In the state of Connecticut, Governor Ned Lamont has proposed a $336 million in tax cuts for Connecticut residents. The governor says, when I took office 3 years ago, Connecticut had a $3.7 billion deficit with projected deficits for many years to come. And for the sake of our economic future, I made it a commitment to turn that instability around and strengthen our state's fiscal health. Today, Connecticut has a surplus, and we did it without broad-based tax increases and while making a historic investment in our pension obligations and leaving the rainy day fund untouched. So they actually did a pretty good job there. Connecticut's fiscal health is stronger than it has been in decades, and now we can move towards the next phase of Connecticut's comeback, cutting taxes for the people who live here. They want to restore full eligibility for the property tax credit for 500,000 people. They're asking to restore legislature to immediately restore the full eligibility for a property tax credit beginning in income year 2022, expanding the credit to all adults, and increase a property tax credit from $200 to $300 in addition for 1.1 million people. They also want to expand a student loan tax credit as well, up to 32,000 people, and reduce motor vehicle property taxes as well for 1.7 million vehicles. In New York, they have a whole slew of things proposed here for 2022 and 2023, including $100 million in tax relief for 195,000 small businesses across the state. Of course, we know about 40% of small businesses across the country literally went out of business because of the pandemic and are struggling hard. Accelerate middle-class tax cuts to provide relief for 6.1 million New Yorkers. by 2023, a new property tax rebate program to deliver additional relief for 2 million low and middle income New Yorkers, new and expanded tax credit to support New York's farms grappling with rising costs, and employee retention, and to provide capital for new equipment. Details on the property tax rebate. There's a lot of information here. Deliver a $1 billion property tax rebate for more than 2 million New Yorkers. This is for the state of New York, not just New York City. With New Yorkers facing the cost of inflation in the supermarket and at the pump, all while enduring the economic impacts of the pandemic, Governor Hochul will provide much needed relief through a property tax rebate program that will return dollars to middle and low income households. More than 2 million New Yorkers will be eligible for the rebate, with low income households and seniors receiving higher benefits under the governor's plan. Eligible homeowners will receive benefits in the fall of 2022 to the tune of $1 billion. They also want to increase tax credits and create a new credit to support food production. Also in Minnesota, there's property tax relief could be on the way also, and via a boost to an annual refund check as well. It would increase the maximum refund by $500 for all income ranges currently eligible for the credit, and it would push the income cap to receive a refund up to $155,000 from its current $126,000. Co-pays for new claimants would be 50%. So again, this is comes as a new bill, HF 3866, sponsored by current representatives here, House Property Tax Division that was just introduced. So a new maximum refund of $500. The bill has three main goals: to help our seniors age in place, to help with the expenses of growing a young family, and to help those with disabilities stay in their homes where they feel stable and independent. For those with household incomes under $46,720, the maximum refund would increase from the current $3,090 to $3,590, but would be $500 larger under the current law. Yeah, so very, very interesting here. So as you can see here, that's really just what my research for today came up with. There's very, very likely that there's multiple other states doing this here as well. If you have any other states that you know of, please comment that down below in the comment section. Don't put any actual links because it'll go to the spam filter of YouTube. But you can put like a link without an actual link in the comment section, or just say something like that. But yeah, definitely, if you know of a state that's also doing something like this, please comment down below. Like I said, this is just another way that states are giving back. There's so many different ways in 2022 that states are doing this. And of course, the federal government is working on this as well. They have quarterly stimulus checks they're potentially working on right now, or they are working on right now. So I will keep you up to date here with all of this. And this is why I show you guys this stuff here on the screen. Those were actually articles from the states themselves and actual bills and details. I like to show you guys the stuff directly on the screen, so you can read it here with me. You can see it with your own eyes. You know, I'm not just making this stuff up or just, saying this stuff out of the blue. And it's very, very likely that there's another 5 or 10 or 20 other states doing this here as well. This particular video just focused a lot on property taxes, but we know that there's rent assistance, there's mortgage assistance, there's utility assistance. I have links for you guys down below in the description of this video. And I'll link you to that here at the end of this video as well. So you can see how I have videos showing you how to apply for that stuff. A lot of that money is from the third stimulus check package and is still available right now. I get comments all the time from people saying, Jimmy, thanks for showing me how to do that. I just got my rent paid for 6 months or for 12 months. I just had a comment yesterday of some lady, I don't remember her name, but she said she got her rent paid for like $5,000. Thank you so much. And this is money, stimulus money available from the federal government. So all sorts of things. And states are literally giving out stimulus checks now, all sorts of different places here for anti-inflation. There's new proposals coming out right now in multiple different states. And there's going to be a lot more coming out here in 2022. So I will keep you up to date here with everything that you need to know about on a daily basis. So make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, it's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's some videos you can watch next. You can click this top video here to watch my newest video next. This bottom video is how to apply for utility assistance. Again, all these videos are free to watch and free to apply for. This top video here is how to apply for rent assistance from the federal government. And this bottom video over here is how to apply for homeowners assistance. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.